Hey everyone, greetings to all those of you in the Tantric Yoga Now Facebook group and all those of you who are subscribers to the YouTube channel. Greetings to about 11 or 12,000 people, I think, something like that. Maybe a bit more. So this is an important community update video message. I'm very happy to announce what most of you already know, perhaps, but certainly not all of you, that we have launched the new revamped version of our online learning portal, Tantrica 2.0, we're calling it for now at least. So this is a new website and online learning portal with all the teaching and learning content that I've produced, or almost all of it, and soon it will have all of it. So that's guided meditations and videos on Tantric yoga practices, Tantric philosophy, informal videos made in live Zoom calls, formal videos done in a professional, polished manner as well. We have a whole mix of content. We have lots of live recordings of workshops and philosophy talks, and some of them polished, some of them very much unpolished, right? It's an archive of a huge amount, really hundreds and hundreds of hours of recorded material, both video and audio, to support your spiritual journey, to support your awakening process, to support the ultimate goal of the spiritual path, which is liberation, freedom from all mind-created suffering, freedom from self-images, also known as ego, freedom from just the whole sense of oneself as a contracted, limited, separate being. That is the goal of this spiritual path of non-dual Tantra, but also the goal of many other spiritual paths as well. And that's why I know some of you actually combine these teachings with those of other teachers and other paths, and that's fine insofar as it works, of course. And it's just a beautiful community that we have. If we're looking at the size of this community, if we consider all the people who've purchased Tantra Illuminated and the Recognition Sutras, then that's around 40,000 people, actually. But in terms of the people who interact with our various offerings, it's a smaller number. And yet it's a growing number. So we've been developing a kind of mission, a vision and mission, over at Tantrika Institute, which is myself and the staff of about a dozen people, and all of you, right? And we are bringing in more and more guest teachers as well, wonderful scholar practitioners, and we are going to continue to build that guest faculty out. But the vision and mission we're developing, while we don't have the exact words for it, it really is about making a difference on this earth at this particular time. Now, the Tantric teachings state that no time is special, because in every period in history, in every moment of a human life, in fact, the same opportunity exists for realization of the nature of ultimate reality, realization of the nature of consciousness. That opportunity is not increased by certain life circumstances, and it's not decreased by other life circumstances. That's just ideas in the mind that aren't in fact true. And there's no period in history in which the opportunity for realization is greater or lesser. And yet, there is something unique about the 21st century, which is that it's a time of reckoning for the human race, because there are factors present which have never been present before, such as just the sheer size of our human population, the challenges we face with certain resources, right? Natural resources, with climate change and many other things. I don't need to list them here. But all of these challenges have made this a time of quickening, meaning to say there's more of everything, right? Some people like to point out, oh, there's more people waking up than ever before. Well, that's true because there's more people than ever before. And we also see that there's no shortage of delusion and confusion and anger and opposition and struggle and arguments. There's more of everything, is the most accurate way to look at it. More of absolutely everything. But one thing the spiritual traditions of India offer us is the perspective that in times of great challenge, one's spiritual progress can speed up, right? Again, it's not that you have a intrinsically greater opportunity to realize the truth, but rather facing and surmounting challenges and surmounting the idea that they are impediments to your realization instead of vehicles for your realization, that can create, that can accelerate the process, we might say. So a time of challenge is a time of accelerated sadhana, or spiritual practice. And many people, of course, don't feel more challenged in these times than in other times because of their particular psychological predispositions, but other people do. And there is more, statistically speaking, there's more anxiety and depression amongst certain populations than ever before. Not all. So what we really want to do as a community is offer these teachings and practices to those who might benefit from them, right? Now, there are levels. In the Tantric tradition, they spoke of outer teachings, inner teachings, and secret teachings. And these are actually not levels like, we shouldn't simplify them to beginner and intermediate and advanced. It's something a little bit different, because which teachings are outer, inner, and secret changes according to the cultural context of what's actually accessible and understandable to a more general public, a more general audience, right? So the outer teachings are, they're not necessarily beginner teachings. They could even include some advanced teachings, but they're ones that are relevant and accessible for the culture of the moment, right? The zeitgeist, you might say, right? Whereas inner teachings are teachings that are universal, but perhaps less accessible to people who are, part of a particular cultural zeitgeist, such as the modern capitalist West, or whatever we want to call this strange simulation in which we're embedded. And secret teachings are those that are only given to people who make a commitment to this particular path of Tantra. So they're not actually secret. They're just reserved for those who make a serious commitment, often a lifelong commitment, but not necessarily a serious longitudinal commitment. Those are the so-called secret teachings, right? So what we hope to do is share the outer level teachings more widely, not as an attempt to, get more famous or whatever, or make more money, but rather as an effort to do our part to help bring more and more sanity at a time in human history when we need as much sanity as we can get, So why would they have these effects? Especially considering, you might note, that some of the tantric teachings are very, very weird, right? That if you embrace some of these teachings, people in the mainstream culture are going to find you odd, perhaps. But that's, again, only if you're talking about some of these so-called inner teachings or secret teachings, right? The outer level teachings help people become more grounded, more relaxed, more at ease, more trusting the natural unfolding of life, even when it appears to be chaotic. And so they bring people a tremendous amount of peace and solace. And that's a good thing, right? And yes, the ultimate goal in this tradition is to realize the truth at any cost, and that involves going through a very challenging process of inner work, right? But that's not necessarily for everyone. We're not saying it should be for everyone. It's not the case that everyone should want to realize ultimate truth at any cost. And in fact, it's perfectly appropriate in this tradition to simply share those teachings that and practices that foster that peace and trust in the natural unfolding of life to those who can receive them. Anyway, so ultimately, it's all in the hands of the goddess, meaning to say how far these teachings reach and who they connect with. That's, we can offer them, but it's out of our hands. We're not in control of anything, and that's wonderful, right? Realizing you're not in control of anything is distressing until you relinquish the desire, or rather the belief that you should be in control, right? When you can lovingly surrender to the natural unfolding of the pattern of life and to a higher power, which is ultimately your own, it's identical with your own wider self, your own expanded consciousness, your own true nature, right? Okay, so anyway, I'm going on and on about this, but I'm just saying that what we're seeking to accomplish and offer through this community and these teachings is something really beautiful and powerful and life-enhancing, and really can affect quality of life. And many of you are testament to that. And you have written in with testimonials. We love your testimonials. Keep them coming, right? Because that's what keeps us going, me and the staff and our other teachers, to know that we're making a difference, So there's more books coming, there's more courses coming, there's more of everything coming. The Near Enemies of the Truth book is coming soon. That's something you can share with friends to beneficially challenge their spiritual platitudes, right? To allow them and yourself and all of us to deepen into a more nuanced understanding of spiritual truths, right? And so that book, Near Enemies, seeks to take the bumper sticker platitudes of modern spirituality and dig down deeper and see what's really behind those and how they've been misinterpreted, right? So that's going to be a great resource when that comes out in something like a few months. Okay, so finally, though, the sort of big announcement for those of you in the Facebook group is that I will be, at long last, stepping back from the Facebook group in a big way, maybe entirely, and I will be making posts and answering questions in our new online learning portal, Tantrica 2.0. And some of you have said, oh, but that there are subscription fees, right? Our entry-level subscription is only $7 a month. I really think everyone can afford $7 a month. It's the price of 2 coffees, depending on where you live, maybe the price of 3 coffees, but still, you can afford $7 a month, and that makes a huge difference because that pays for all our operating costs for the website and learning portal itself, or will once more people sign up. And nonetheless, there is a free section of the site. Many of you haven't quite realized that. There's a free course called Basics of Tantric Yoga, and that comes with a forum, and I will also be answering questions in that forum. So I will be available. My availability as a teacher is not going to be 100% behind a paywall. But even so, I would invite you to consider that $7 a month and you'll see what you get on the membership page. It's a lot, right? A lot of support for your spiritual journey for the price of 2 or 3 coffees. And then if you want the full access to the full curriculum, which includes material that will be part of a teacher training going forward, for those who want to become teachers of Tantric Yoga, which of course means Tantric style meditation, right? Because the word yoga in our tradition means meditative practices primarily. So if you want to become a teacher or facilitator of this material long term, you'll need to be a part of that. But even if you just want to deepen your studies at that deepest level, then you want to go for that full membership, which gives you access to all the hundreds and hundreds of hours of curriculum, which eventually will be the most comprehensive curriculum on the subject in the English language on the entire planet. It might already be, I don't know, I haven't measured, but we'll certainly get there. Okay, so once again, I won't be on the Facebook page. I will occasionally, right? But I will occasionally make posts there. But I won't be engaging in dialogues, discussions, and answering questions on the Facebook page. I will be doing that starting from today on the new website and the new learning portal. Okay, so that's tantricainstitute.org and tantricainstitute.org/membership if you want to see the different membership levels. And remember, there is a free course and there is a free forum, and I'll be dropping in there as well. Okay, so there's much more I could say, but maybe I'll leave it there for now. As often happens with Facebook, I can't see your comments. That's why I stopped doing Facebook Live videos, actually. Their software is terrible. Multi-billion-dollar company, but can't seem to get it right somehow. And I can't see your comments. I'm sure you're writing comments, and I'm not seeing them. So anyway, it's wonderful to share space with all of you. And I also want to mention the Saturday satsang series will be returning. Many of you loved having satsang together on different subjects throughout the spring and summer. And we will be returning to that absolutely soon, I hope next month. So look out for that. That will be on the new learning portal. Make sure you're on the newsletter, the email list, so you can be informed about stuff that's happening. And even if you don't become a monthly member, there will still be offerings that are relevant, such as online retreats and courses that are offered separate from the learning portal. Well, not separate, because all the subscribers get access to the new courses as they come along, but some will also be purchasable separately for those who don't want to be subscribers for one reason or another. But again, just $7 a month. At the very least, please be on our newsletter email list, and we look forward to collaborating with some of you more and more, because we are looking to build a larger community in which there are many creative voices, right? We already have incredible artists and poets who are contributing, and we want to organize this talent, the talent of this incredible community in various ways. So please stay posted. Keep posted. I don't know what the expression would be. We'll keep you posted. Stay tuned. That's the expression. And very much looking forward to seeing many of you at the online retreat that's happening later this month, September 25 through 29, the Essence of Tantra online retreat, where we'll go in depth into the teachings of classical Tantra as given by the great master Abhinavagupta, the greatest of all Tantric masters, probably. So I guess that's it for now, and see you very, very soon, hopefully on our new site. tantricainstitute.org. Much love to each and every one of you, and it's exciting times, and I'm so grateful for this community. Om.